Talking Fitchburg, and we finally have Rick back on the show. Rick Eilertson.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year to you, too. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had a good holiday season, and hope you're off to a good start for this year.
Definitely.
Definitely. Always busy, right?
Yep.
Get that desk cleaned off eventually.
Oh, it's getting packed.
Yeah, there was a national holiday not too long ago. I believe the beginning of this week was National Clean Off Your Desk Day. So
I missed that
it
one.
by that much.
Darn. Oh, well, that's how it goes, right? All right, Rick, so we've got a couple of fun topics to talk about this morning, and we're going to start it off with the recycling drop-off.
Yep. So at the recycling drop-off site, Mark Hodel, our street supervisor, who manages that along with other public works crew members, and I met yesterday to kind of look at how things are shaping up at the drop-off site. One of the things that we're contemplating doing is actually moving the motor oil container so we can make more space for the yard waste and brush, or yard waste and the wood chips. We don't accept brush currently at the drop-off site. But there has been quite an interest in that, and so that's something that we're giving some thought, and we'll be talking probably more with the Resource Conservation Commission and the Board of Public Works throughout the coming spring to see what changes we may want to make, especially with the permitting of our compost facility and possibly getting some more space to be able to process material. Right now, the plan is to still do the 14 curbside brush collections per year, starting in April and then finishing up in November. And then we'd have 4 yard waste curbside collections per year, 2 in spring and 2 in fall. So that's what we're still planning to do for 2016. We've just rolled out the refuse and recycling, the solid waste collection calendar. It came out in the December Fitchburg Star, and we've got it available on our webpage for people that want to pick it up, hard copy. They can do that here at City Hall or the library, and then post it on their refrigerator or wherever they want to have it that makes sense for them. But we are looking at adding a couple of cameras at the recycling drop-off site. We've had a little bit of trashy items placed in the recycling dumpsters, and so
That's no good.
That gets to be a concern, and so we are looking also at kind of tweaking the signage. We've pretty happy with the signage that we have there now. It's both good lettering that you can see from a pretty decent distance away, and then also graphics that help explain what can and can't go in the recycling dumpsters. So in general, we're pretty happy with how things have been progressing, and we've got some signage that has my phone number on it, so that when people see other people dropping the wrong items, or if they realize that they dropped something, they can contact me through that phone number, and then work out arranging cleaning out the dumpster, and then we won't issue the citations to them as long as they take care of what they had illegally dumped.
Sure.
So that's one of the things that I was going to talk about. Organics collection is the next item, and there's definitely a renewed interest in that again. And so with the permitting of our compost facility, that's one potential venue to take curbside organics. There's some private businesses that are starting to get interested in that right locally. So we're trying to keep tabs on that. Tara Thyme from our Parks Commission had actually met up with our organics collection subcommittee just last week, and so there's definitely a kind of something that we'll be kind of continuing to talk about and promote, especially in the context of what Madison is doing with their organics collection pilot, kind of continuing to expand that with the possibility of having their own processing facility that actually could both gain energy from, as well as have that nutrient source on the tail end of the organics. So that's another kind of exciting topic.
Awesome. So currently now, so what you would say at the recycling drop-off center, you would potentially consider having an organics drop-off site there?
Yeah, and actually that's something that people can bring in, food waste with like vegetable scraps, fruit scraps right now, because that would be considered yard waste.
Okay.
Pumpkins, we've been accepting pumpkins there as well as curbside. So that all works very well along with the leaves and grass clippings. We really kind of discourage grass clippings because we really promote that it's best for people to just leave the grass clippings right around their lawn.
Right.
We don't have a lot of people out there mowing right now, but
Sure.
No, not right now. We
I don't
did.
think anybody.
Maybe you are, Rick.
But
We
it
don't know. Never know, Eric. So, okay, well, that's good to know. I wasn't sure, to clarify on that.
Right.
That makes sense. All right, and our last topic today is the stormwater and groundwater.
Right. So, we had one of the wettest, if not the wettest, December in history, especially in this local area this past December. I've heard stories that groundwater table rose up to 5 feet or higher above what it was previously. There was a contractor I was talking with earlier in the week that was actually digging an underground detention facility in, and they had to dewater the groundwater just to get the underground detention facility in. And so there's a lot of interest in groundwater, and actually Dane County is just rolling out their new groundwater model. You guys have been advertising it on FACTv. So next Tuesday, I believe, January 19th at 10 a.m. at the Fitchburg Public Library. There's a number of different experts that will be talking about the Dane County groundwater model that's just being released, and some of the different impacts that has and how people can use the model to better understand what's happening underground and also above ground, because groundwater, we found in a number of areas in Fitchburg, there's springs, and obviously that's where Nine Springs Creek gets its name, is from the springs that drain into it. So there's a lot of interaction between groundwater and stormwater, surface water. And so I guess that's something that we'll be talking about. The mayor is interested in putting forward or looking at the possibility of putting forward a new initiative called One Water, integrated water resources management. So looking at all the different waters that we have here in Fitchburg. So obviously stormwater, rainwater, groundwater, the wells that we have that are pulling groundwater out and then providing that for water consumption here in Fitchburg, and then the wastewater also, and different ways that we can make sure that the utilities that we have that are managing those resources aren't working at cross purposes. I don't think there's really a lot of examples of that, but looking at trying to make sure that we are working together on a lot of different things. And so here in Fitchburg, the primary staff that are working on that are myself and Tracy Foss, our utilities engineer. So Tracy's in charge of both the water utility as well as the wastewater utility. And then we're working with Madison Metropolitan Sewerage District, because we don't provide our own wastewater treatment. That's something that Madison Metropolitan Sewerage District does for us.
Very good.
But
Well, there you go.
A lot of great stuff.
Darn, we could talk to you all day on this stuff.
That's right.
We appreciate it. All right, Rick, we appreciate you coming in. We'll be